I'm Catherine of GameCast.net, and I'm about to do a little unboxing of a Nintendo 3DS. Sadly I couldn't do this earlier because I've been extremely busy, but of course it only came out on Friday anyways, so it's not like it's been that long like Killzone 3 unboxing. But the Crisis 2 one came, you know, shortly after it came out. Well, 2 days after it came out. So yes, I gave in and bought myself a Nintendo 3DS. Originally I was not gonna, because I was like, meh, I want Kid Icarus, I want Resident Evil, I want Steel Diver. Those aren't coming out on launch. Oh, I want Ocarina of Time, of course, and Link's Awakening on the Virtual Console. Of course they aren't coming out on launch, but you know, I thought, I haven't not bought a console on launch since... I never bought a PS3 on launch, because they were too expensive while I was in university. And then before that, the last console I didn't buy on launch was what? The Xbox or the PS2, because back then I didn't have a job and I relied on Christmas and birthday presents and stuff like that. So yeah, I got myself a 3DS. I have previously had the... Let's go grab it. I started off with the... I started off with the original DS. Back when they actually, slightly before they came out over here, being a Nintendo, sorry, just check I didn't hurt that. No, that's right. Being a Nintendo VIP member, they let people have them before the console actually came out, by giving 1,000 stars and paying 120 quid, I think it was. But you also got not just the normal DS with the demo for Metroid Prime Hunters, you also got a demo for WarioWare Touched and Super Mario 64, which was really nice, although American copy of the game. So I had an original DS, then when the DS Lites came out I got one of those in black, and then traded it in and got one in red, and then traded that in and got my DSi, my awesome Ben Templesmith DSi. So I got my DSi, which I can compare with my 3DS, which is good. If I could figure out, there's a DS Lite around here somewhere. Actually, give me a sec. I'll get loads of shit to compare it with. Okay, so I realised I actually have every generation of DS in my house. So I can compare the 3DS, which I will probably do on the sofa behind me. Should I move? Just slightly out of the way. Original. So this was the one I got from... Was this the one I got from... No, this wasn't the one I got from Nintendo, was it? I remember the screen looking a bit worse than that. Maybe this is Tim's. So, original DS. I've got Charlotte's lime green DSi. I used to have the red one, as I said, but I traded that in for my DSi, DS Lite. I traded that in for my DSi, which I got there. And then I've also got, which I don't think I actually did an unboxing for, because I got this, well, Charlotte got this actually. Did I do this? I don't think I did. A 25th anniversary DSi XL. So I can really compare it to everything possible, really. Oh yeah, I remember she had screen protector problems. Yeah, so then there's that. So I'll just pop these all behind me. It's pretty handy. And then that. Okay, so my apologies for seeing the back of my head. The box is a lot bigger than any previous Nintendo DS box. Kind of similar in size almost to the original DS. The DS Lite, of course, had a flat white box which was quite small, and the DSi had an even smaller box, which was very minimalistic. So this is quite nice. They've kept it pretty simple as much as possible. So we've got that, which says aqua blue on the top, aqua blue on the side. We've got barcode and details about reminding you to read the instruction book, that there's no game inserted, and official Nintendo seal of approval / quality, seal of quality now, which used to be seal of approval. And then on the bottom, stuff for parents and guardians to read, as well as aqua blue again, and then just detailing what you get inside the console. Inside the box. So you of course get the console, the charging cradle, the adapter, a stylus. Notice ×1. You don't actually get a backup stylus anymore. An SD card, which is actually inside the console when you buy it, in case you freak out thinking you haven't got one, and the AR cards, of course. It's going to, of course, be a little weird. I can't really show you the 3D effect, but I can show you without the 3D effect. So the second you open it up, you get stuff, like instructions and stuff. Please ignore the fact that there's like screen protectors, because they, of course, don't come in the box. That did. That didn't. I kind of used it as a place to put stuff. Those are my receipts, so I can remember. What did I pay? So I bought my 3DS off Amazon for what this receipt is about to tell me. Nope, that's for a game. I bought it for. Did they not give me a receipt for the console? Oh my god, sorry. Here it is. $187. So Amazon were doing for them for $187, which is generally the cheapest you can get them for. Tesco's did their deal, of course, for $175. But if you think about it, $175 is actually not that great, because in order to get it for that price, you had to buy a game as well. Of course, you're going to want a game with the console either way, but $175 plus a game brings it up to similar price to what Amazon and everyone else is selling it for. I got it in the Amazon bundle with Monkey Ball, as well as the Hori screen protectors. I've only used one of the screen protectors because the other one's pretty much pointless, which, oh, here it is, stuck to the back of Monkey Ball, for the top screen. Because even if you get a speck of dust underneath this, it just looks stupid, because the with the 3D effect, the dust looks like it's bigger because of the effect. But yeah, so I got it with Monkey Ball. I also got some other games as well, which I'll show in a sec. So you get a huge wad of stuff. I'm sure a lot bigger than what you previously got in the last few generations. You get VIP points. I have already put these in. So telling you the great things you can get from Club Nintendo if you become a member. Because they actually have some good stuff up now. Of course, not as good as in Japan. Can you get that? That figure looks pretty nice. So there's just an example of some stuff. I'm not sure if they're giving away a Game Watch, and I haven't seen this figure before. But things like the SNES Wii controller, and then the bulk. Sorry. Oh my god, I'm really tired. And the wheel and stuff like that, you can see on the website at the moment. You get, I think it's 750 points for a 3DS. I will also show you something else, which I think is pretty awesome in a bit, to do with the points. But yeah, so then it's got about the Street Pass and the Mi Plaza stuff, and how it works in not too much dialogue, so writing, so people can figure it out. Then it also says about how you will get stuff in the software update, which I'm looking forward to, because there's the eShop, which will have, has it got it there? No, but it better have it, which is the Virtual Console version of Link's Awakening, because I flippin' want that. Link's Awakening being, in my eyes, one of the best Zelda games, just because I enjoyed it so much. You will be able to get DSiWare software as well, that you can get for the DSi, so they're not stopping the system. The reason I've still got my DSi behind me, one, I probably can't trade it in because of the Ben Temple-Smith squiggly thing on it, but then also two, because it's got my DSiWare titles on it. As of the update, as this says, you'll be able to do a system transfer. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm yawning again. As well as that, we'll have an internet browser too. I'm not sure if it's Opera again. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the update, because I want to be able to get my games off my DSi, and then I also want to get a copy of Link's Awakening. Of course, I could just play it on my Game Boy, but then I'd have to bring my Game Boy around to my place. Then there's also stuff about parental guidance, a quick start guide, which is pretty big. I hadn't looked at any of this stuff. quick start guide. It's all about how to set it up, turn it on, charge the power, set it up to the internet, put in a game, the usual jib jab. And then we've also got a huge manual which is in colour, which is pretty nice. And wow, all in English. I just saw the words. Oh wow, this is crazy. Obviously the 3DS is extremely difficult for people to understand, which is why they need so much stuff in this instruction book. Let's look at the where's the things about. Does it not have funny little pictures? And there's funny little pictures at the start, but I was hoping there'd be. Apparently you must ask the camera. Lame. Yeah, so it's an absolutely huge instruction book, full of photos and pictures and colour and everything. Then you also get, of course, a little thing about customer support, because I imagine if they have lots of people with issues with the 3DS. So you get all that paper stuff in a little bag in the top layer of the box. I'll just pop all that in there. So after removing that, you get that, and then you pull this out, and you got everything inside there. So the 3DS, should it have, well, had I not taken it out already, it would come like so. Pop that back inside there, and then you can see what it would have looked like. So you've got the adapter, and you've got the 3DS in its box. It's got your usual standard power adapter, no USB cable bundled with the console still, which is really annoying in my case, but it does still use the same charge lead as the DSi, which is pretty amazing. So you pull this little bit out, and then underneath you've got the charge docking station, and then that's the bottom of the box. So this, it's a shame that they don't come coloured to suit the console. This is just standard and in black. You plug in the mains adapter there, or a USB, whatever you want to do. Oh, sorry. And then you slot your 3DS on top. So 3DS would have come in a little bag, and then you've got another little thing protecting the screen and everything else there. So in order to dock it, it's just a case of, because it's got these little bits next to the adapter where you put the adapter in, and then this, I believe, just slots in place. I haven't actually put that in there. Yeah, so you literally just slot it in like that. It sits in it quite nicely. You can also pull this back. If I can get it back. I'll take the DS off. It's got a nice little slot at the back, so should you have your 3DS charging, you could pull this back, take out the cartridge and switch it around for another one without having to pull it off, although pulling it off is pretty simple. It just slots in and slots out. It's got a little thing that activates the prong coming out to charge it, because those of course then stick in the those little gold bits there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's the charge and dock. I haven't used it yet. I probably will do though, with my USB lead. Sadly, of course, Nintendo still don't do an official USB lead, so you can still buy them from places like Game and stuff like that, which is where I got mine. So that's pretty much the box. I won't put my charging thing away, so I'll actually use it. If I put that in there. Pop that in there. That in there. Oh, of course, you also get in the box as well the AR cards, which I don't think I'm going to really be able to show. Of course, it's useless showing 3D on a video camera because it's not going to show up. But the console itself is really, really nice. If I grab my DSi to compare it with, the back's just generally nicer. They've kind of slightly changed how they've looked in the past, because we've always had a small contained piece of information and a visible battery pack, so you can see there. However, with the 3DS, it's now all just text. No visible battery cover to remove, and all just nice. It looks really nice together. So difference is, I'll just compare this to a DSi. If we go from the start, so first thing you'll notice, maybe, it's got little bits for putting a dangly thing in. So my DSi had a little Phantom Hourglass screen wipey thingamajig on it that I got as when I worked in game, and it's got, well, as a little pre-order bonus when I bought that as well. You can pop two little loopy things, one either side. So either screen wipe, or you could just put something on it. Although of course that could scratch up the console, and you don't really want to do that. The microphone port's been moved to here, so it's no longer here on the side. And the power button is actually visibly here, and there's a charge icon there. They've moved the SD card side. So if I turn it this way, we then have a wireless switch, which is amazing that a Nintendo console has not had this before. Of course, the PSP has had it for a long time. Well, the PSP has always had it. So it's nice that we've got a wireless LAN switch, or a wireless switch, whatever, I can't even say switch. This icon then, of course, says if the wireless is turned on. On the DSi, of course, previously we had the stylus here and the SD card slot here. I should actually take my SD card out and put it inside my 3DS because it's a 16 gig one. The other side, we've then got the volume switch. It's nice that there's a switch on it this time. Oh look, you can hear my 3DS. Maybe. Volume, which the DSi had, of course, but it had the clicky buttons. And then the SD slot here, which is also notable that it came with a Toshiba memory card. It does mention on the back that it's not a first party memory card that you get with it as well. So you get a 2 gig memory stick that comes inside it, so don't freak out thinking you didn't get it. It's very noticeable, the difference in the covers. Well, the tops of the console. My apologies that this is a bit hard to see. Try not to get everything reflected in it. So it's an extremely reflective surface. More so reflective than anything else that they've done before. But it's got a nice finish to it. It's kind of got a gradient as well, if you look at it. Or it looks like it has a gradient. And then the bottom is matte, but still shiny, like the DSi. The bottom of it is really. Oh, I didn't show the back actually. So where you previously had the loopy hole for a thing on the DSi, actually I'll put them back how they work because I had the 3DS on top before. Where you previously had the loopy hole, you no longer have one. The DS slot is there. Power is on the other side. That looks like an infrared port. I'm not sure on that, but the camera buttons still have the little, well, the L and the R still have little camera buttons on them. They're almost the same height. The 3DS is actually slightly higher than the DSi. It's a bit hard to compare when not on a flat surface. It's pretty much the same dimensions as DSi, to be fair. Because I've got this little case that I had made that my DSi lived in, and the 3DS actually pretty much fits just snugly inside of it. The only thing is it's got a little more room than the DSi had in it. So yeah, if I just pop that back behind me. So it's got the 2 cameras on the top, as you can see there, and then mine's been asleep. Well, actually it hasn't been asleep now. I'm going to turn the brightness down to see if it can pick it up a bit nicer on my camera. It's got a nice menu. You can switch between 2 types. We've got singular swiping, so similar to the DSi, or you've got kind of blocky like, which I quite prefer. At the moment you can see I've got The Sims 3 in there, which I gave a go. I also picked up Samurai Warriors. So I got 3 games on launch. If you notice, I didn't pick up any Nintendo titles, but it's because I couldn't really decide which one to go for. I was asked why I didn't buy Nintendogs. I didn't feel like buying Nintendogs. I would have bought Pilot Wings, but I didn't think, in my eyes, I would get £30 worth of play out of it, really. And then I was tempted to get Street Fighter 4, but then I didn't, just because it feels slightly like they've cheapened out by having the combo buttons on the touchscreen. I will just do some quick commenting on the game boxes. So, oh, I've got a DS game there. Hasn't been opened. So, regular DS box, 3DS box. Those who have seen 3DS stuff should automatically know that this now has moved to this side. They are noticeably slimmer, more like a Japanese or American DS title. And the backs, they've changed the layout. So you've still got the top blurb all the way at the top, but now we don't have game information here, we've all got it down the bottom, so it says whether it does download, play, street pass, any of that stuff. It also then still has a little compatible table, which theme park's a bit old, so it doesn't actually have that, but so it tells parents and everyone what it's compatible on. Because I'm sure a lot of people will pick up these games and be like, yeah, my son's got a DS, and find out that they don't have a 3DS, and it'll be silly. But yeah, so I quite like the box, also because, so yeah, they're not plain text. So it looks like if every 3DS game is going to have a nice little icon at the top. Sadly, the II from Super Monkey Ball is a bit low quality, but Samurai Warriors one is quite nice. And they're allowing a lot of different use of different insides. So most DS games in the UK, and my apologies for yawning, just had plain text like Samurai Warriors does, but now they're allowed to be a bit more adventurous. We've still got a little green bit in the corner. Just that along there. Along there. We're being a bit too particular about this. And I'll just show them all next to each other. But yeah, so that's the 3DS. They are pretty expensive. So the recommended retail price for this handheld is 200 and oh gosh, my hand's like huge in this frame of mine. 230 quid. You can get it from most places for 200 or under, or if you buy it in a store on the high street, you're going to pay about 210, 220 or 230. Sorry. It's a nice piece of hardware. Sadly, the camera is still a bit, if I open this and find a picture, the camera is still a little bit low in quality. Hopefully they'll give it a nicer one soon. It's annoying because you can't, if you hear when I take a picture, you can't take off that clicky sound, which is horrible. And then, I know, if I take a photo, not that you'll see it in 3D, I will, but so I just took a picture of what I've been unboxing. It'll probably look a little bit shit because I've got it on 3D, so I just turn that off. So the camera's still not great. It's pretty low quality. It's bad in low light situations, but it'll still serve its purpose. No doubt about that. I haven't tried any music on it yet. I recommend Creating Your Own Me. That's pretty cool. The AR games are really cool, so I recommend playing those, as well as Face Raiders. So you take a picture of a face, and then you've got to shoot them, and it adds faces to your collection. It is a bit of a short game though. The activity log's cool, and I look forward to more stuff coming out on the console via the system stuff. It's nice as well. Each game has an animated kind of loading screen. Well, not a loading screen. You've got it selected screen, So if I take out the Sims, I think the cutest one that I've got is Samurai Warriors. Also, oh no, it's not in there. The cartridges are pretty weird for the console. They're not a usual DS cartridge. So if I grab my Kami-den and show you an extra Samurai Warriors, you'll notice it's got a bobbly bit at the side. They're also a different colour, as anyone who can see the difference between a kind of creamy whitey grey and a black can see that automatically. So if I just plop Samurai Warriors in, there you got a little dude using his spear. Has he got a spear? Looks like a kind of halberd spear thingamajig. So that's quite nice because he's actually animating and doing stuff. I mean, with the Sims, they had their doing woohoo. Is it woohoo? I think it's woohoo. In bed, and little hearts popping up, and then there was that burglar going around the side. So it's nice that they've actually joined an age that that Sony have done for a while, because with the PS3 and the PSP, they've had animated. Well, some have had animated, some just have a picture or music or stuff like that. So yeah, that's really cool. I'm really quite liking it. I don't feel like I've wasted money, because I would have bought it eventually in the end anyway. I can't wait for Dream Trigger 3D. I also would love Q Entertainment to release Child of Eden on it, because that'd be done awesome, because Kid Icarus was really good, and that being a shooter worked really well on the console. But yeah, I really quite like it. I'll put that on there, and I might pick up the camera and just show it quickly, so that I don't have to put a boring video at the end. So if I just unscrew you and unplug it. So we got original, DSi, I keep calling it DSi, DS Lite, DSi, DSi XL, and then to 3DS. So if I kind of zoom out the most possible, you can kind of see the changes. Stupid thingamajig. Of course, the XL is flipping massive. So my nose is running as I'm upside down. It's a big sniff. If I just compare those screens. So you can tell noticeably that the top screen is a lot smaller than it was on the DSi. But they're still quite nice screens. So yeah, that's me showing them off. Of course, it's nothing like the DSi XL screen, but those are freakishly large anyway. But yeah, so that's. What if I can get this back on? My apologies for the crappy shot then. Yep, that's it of my lovely 3DS. I chose blue, as you can tell, mainly because I've had black consoles before, and I thought, well, blue will make a change, and it looks quite nice. Yeah, I recommend picking one up if you're interested in the titles that are coming out, or just a new piece of hardware. If you like 3D, then, you know, go for it. I'm not hugely fussed about 3D, but I enjoy it. Mainly because it means that we're going to have handheld games on a Nintendo console that look a lot nicer than what they have done in the past. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you for my next video, whenever that will be. I have no idea at all. But yeah, my apologies for not having many videos up recently, but now you got loads, so yeah. See you soon. Bye.